Day 61, Psalm 29, verses 1 through 6. Give the Lord, you heavenly beings, give the Lord glory and strength. Give the Lord the glory due his name. Worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness. The voice of the Lord is above the waters. The God of glory thunders. The Lord above vast waters. The voice of the Lord in power. The voice of the Lord in splendor. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. The Lord shatters the cedars of Lebanon. He makes Lebanon skip like a cat, and Syrian like a young wild ox. Proverbs 6, verse 32 and 33. The one who commits adultery lacks sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. He will get a beating and dishonor, and his disgrace will never be removed. Mark 6, verse 21 through 46. Now an opportune time when on his birthday, when Herod gave a banquet for his nobles, military commanders, and the leading men of Galilee, when Herodias' own daughter came in and danced, she pleased Herod and his guests. The king said to the girl, "Ask me whatever you want, and I'll give it to you." So he swore oaths to her, "Whatever you ask me, I will give you, up to half my kingdom." Then she went out and said to her mother, "What should I ask for?" "John the Baptist's head," she said. Immediately she hurried to the king and said, "I want you to give me John the Baptist's head on a platter, right now." Though the king was deeply distressed because of his oaths and the guests, he did not want to refuse her. The king immediately sent for an executioner and commanded him to bring John's head. So he went and beheaded him in prison, brought his head on a platter and gave it to the girl. Then the girl gave it to her mother. When his disciples heard about it, they came and removed his corpse and placed it in a tomb. The apostles gathered around Jesus and reported it to him that they had done and taught. He said to them, "Come away by yourselves to a remote place and rest a while," for many people were coming and going, and they did not even have time to eat. So they went away in the boat by themselves to a remote place. But many saw them leaving and recognized them. People ran there by land from all the towns and arrived ahead of them. So as he stepped ashore, he saw a huge crowd and had compassion on them, because they were like sheep without a shepherd. Then he began to teach them many things. When it was already late, his disciples approached him and said, "This place is a wilderness, and it's already late. Send them away so they can go into the surrounding countryside and villages to buy something to eat for themselves." "You give them something to eat," he responded. They said to him, "Should we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give them something to eat?" And he asked them, "How many loaves do you have? Go look." When they found out, they said, 5 and 2 fish. Then he instructed them to have all the people sit down in groups on the grass. So they sat down in ranks of hundreds and fifties. Then he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and broke the bread. He kept giving them to his disciples to set before the people. He also divided the 2 fish among them all. Everyone ate and was filled. Then they picked up 12 baskets full of pieces of bread and fish. Now those who ate the loaves were 5,000 men. Immediately he made his disciples get into the boat and go ahead of him to the other side, to Bethsaida, while he dismissed the crowd. After he said goodbye to them, he went away to the mountain to pray.